Hey guys, so this is our weeks 11 and 12 check-in video. So first off, let me say hello again. There are a couple of you who I did not see at our meeting last time around, so this is the first time that I'm getting to quote unquote talk to you since my last check-in video didn't go up. So this week I'm dealing with another issue. I'm actually starting to lose my voice today, so I'm going to try to keep this video a little on the shorter side, and rather than going over a lot of the posts from last couple weeks, I'm going to get comments to you if I have any in the blog itself. I'll add my 2 cents if I feel so moved. And I'm going to instead just kind of go over what we're doing for the next couple weeks. So what's coming up weeks 11 through 12, we are shifting from what we did the last couple weeks where we talked about types of students, and the weeks before that we were talking about specifically students with disabilities, physical or learning, adult students, writing anxiety students, and things like that. So this week we are shifting our focus now to online tutoring for the main purpose that if you haven't done any of it yet, first, an online meeting can be email as well as chatting or whatever other forms there might be. If you haven't done any of it yet with your students this semester, if you were to go into the No AL Center and actually tutor there, which I know many of you are hoping to do in the future, then this is a reality. Because of the way education has evolved to allow for distance ed and things like that, we are, as writing tutors, you will be required to do face-to-face sessions and online tutoring. And so the No AL's version of online tutoring is essentially, with writing anyway, you have a student email their paper and there's a form they fill out that says, like, here's what I want feedback on, and then you use the commenting feature in Microsoft Word to give feedback on what they asked for and anything additional, right? So we are going to be spending the next 2 weeks focusing on this because it is such a big part of the field of writing tutoring, and will continue to grow, I would imagine, as we move into the future. So what I'm asking you to do for these next 2 weeks as far as reading goes, we're looking at chapter 6 in the Bedford Guide. So this is Tutoring in a Digital Age, is chapter 6. And then there's a chapter from another handbook which I didn't assign, but I've been giving you guys parts of it throughout the semester. St. Martin's Sourcebook for Writing Tutors has a section called Tutoring Online, which is linked on the schedule page for you. You just click the hyperlink and it will take you straight to La Lima where it's posted. So everyone's going to read that. I know Selena and JC read these before, but it was way back in the spring and quite a while ago, so I'm going to ask that you review them along with everyone else. And then Selena and Jace, you'll have one additional reading that I'm going to ask you to do. If you remember, we had 3 extra readings in this section last semester, and you read 2 of them. So I'm asking you to read the one that you didn't read. So that would be the 3 other ones I link on the schedule. Rocky Mountain Writing Centers Association, Preserving the Rhetorical Nature of Tutoring Writing When Going Online. Carlson and Apperson Williams, The Anxieties of Distance, Online Tutors Reflect, or Cooper, Bui, and Riker's Protocols and Process in Online Tutoring. So if you don't remember which one you didn't read and respond to last time, let me know. I still have access to the old La Lima page, and so I can easily go and look that up for you guys. So once you complete that reading, you're going to be doing your blog post these next 2 weeks on online tutoring. So for new writing fellows, the topic I'm asking you to respond to has you thinking about things that you used to do face-to-face but now you do online. So examples: shopping, banking, library research, gaming, I would say even getting technical help with, computer issues or something, right? Almost every place, if you have a computer from Best Buy or whatever, gives you the option to go into the store, to call a number, or to do a chat. And I've mentioned this in classes before, not with you guys, but my other classes. Many of us, myself included, always choose the chat function. It gives us this mediated space where if something is asked of us, we do not have to respond right away, right? There's time for us to think about what we're going to write, type it out, erase it, retype it, whatever we want. So how do you see this transition from face-to-face to online working in other places in your life? And then I ask you, what's been lost or gained in this transition? And then shifting to the education side. As a student, have you taken online courses and face-to-face, or just one or the other? Well, I'm guessing everyone's got face-to-face, but have you taken online classes? If you have taken both, what do you see as the significant differences, the advantages and disadvantages of each? And which did you prefer and why? Then taking all of that, so there's kind of three parts to this. Taking all of that, what do you think are the unique challenges and opportunities of online tutoring? You can talk about specific challenges, like in the back of your book there's a section on questions tutors ask, and one of them is actually a tutor asking about, they tutored online and they cracked the joke with their student, and this was a chat function. They cracked a joke with the student they were working with, and the student didn't respond, like they took the joke the wrong way or something. So what do you do in an awkward situation like that one or something similar? Okay, and then for returning fellows, I'm asking you to look back at chapter 6 where they talk about developing stock responses for common writing questions and concepts. And this seems like a weird thing to be talking about, where you'd have basically a form that you just fill in the blanks. But when you're tutoring online or via email, there is a major issue with time management, where, if you're working in the a face-to-face tutoring session might be an hour long. But if you're doing it online, there's no one there to wait for your responses as you write them. There's no, you don't feel the same time limit that you might in a face-to-face session. So these stock responses are really great for saving time. So looking back at what you see in chapter 6, where they mention them, and they have an example, one on page 86 if you want to start there. I want you to look at that one on page 86, and then tell us what you think are its strengths and weaknesses, and then develop your own advice template and share it with everyone. Okay, so again, like we had back in the first couple weeks where I asked you to create a handout, formatting is not an issue with this one. Just do your best to get around the formatting constraints with WordPress. And then I would suggest, if you're able to, if the opportunity comes about, try using it with your students, and then say what you think worked well or works or might work well, what doesn't or did not or might. Okay? And then similar to the ending of the prompt for the returning fellows, consider some of the difficulties of online email tutoring. How would you work around such issues? Okay, and so my voice is starting to go pretty bad right now, so I do have your past responses almost done. I think I just got a couple more of them to go through, so you should see those grades going up shortly. And if you have any other questions about this week, please let me know. And then a reminder, I'm going to be getting up your final essay assignment pretty soon, so you can start looking at it, thinking about it before we get to crunch time the last few weeks of the semester. Alright, so I did keep this one pretty short, 10 minutes. I hope you all are having a great week. I hope you all are avoiding getting sick, unlike me. And I look forward to seeing your responses on this prompt, this blog topic in the next couple weeks. So I will see you all around next video.